Guys, welcome back to my channel. We're in a little bit of a different location today. We are currently in my closet because today's video is more of a vlog style. Before we start, if you guys aren't already subscribed, I would love to have you, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you do enjoy at any point. But let's hop into my favorite self-tanners and some tips I have for self-tanning. But let's start with skin prep. If you've never self-tanned before, make sure you prep your skin well. So first off, what I like to do, if I already have a tanner on, like residue of it, or even if I don't, I like to exfoliate really well about 24 hours before I do the tan. So don't do it right before you tan unless you like absolutely have to. I've done it before and it's been, fine. But try to do it ahead of time and try to shave ahead of time as well, because after you shave, your pores are open from the hot water, and same just after you exfoliate. And then 24 hours later, they will be closed, so none of the tan is really going to stick in there and cause like dots on you. A couple things that I use to exfoliate. First is this Eco Tan glove. This is really cool because it's not like a scrub that you're going to run out of. Like, you can just buy this and usually in a pack with their tanner, and you'll just always have this. It's just a like abrasive glove. I'm sure you can get these like elsewhere. Maybe I'll find one on Amazon to link for you guys. But it's just like this rough type of washcloth, and it is pretty abrasive if you have sensitive skin like I do. You might have to be a little bit gentle with this. I just put this all over my body. This is also a tan remover glove, so if you do a self tan and it's like patchy, you can literally just scrub it off with this thing, which is amazing. So what I do is just scrub my whole body with this, and it's pretty easy and simple to do. If you guys do like a physical product to scrub with, I really like the one from First Aid Beauty. It's called their KP scrub. If you guys have KP like I do, I have it on my face and my arms. That's a great scrub. Another like more abrasive one, so it really does help to get all the dead skin cells off and any like old tanner you might have on your skin as well. So now fast forward, it's the next day, you already exfoliated, shave if you do shave. What I do before I put tanner on is I like to use a body lotion. So this is the Necessaire the body lotion. This is an amazing product. Fragrance-free lotion, great if you have sensitive skin or just don't like a fragrance. It's a really lightweight texture, which is awesome. I use this on my ankles, and I put a little bit on my hands and a little bit on my elbows as well. Try not to use too much because it can sort of interfere with your tanner, but put it on those places that tend to get dry or patchy really easily, especially your feet and ankle area. I feel like that's a really tough area to get right. So just lotion up and let it sink in, and then move on to the actual tanner. So for my favorite tanners, I have 3 different options here. All are very different, I feel like. First off is the one that I applied this morning. This is like reflecting everywhere, but this is from Eco Tan. It's their Hempatan Body Tan Water Organic Hemp Super Dark Spray On 1 Hour Express Tan. So this is a clear liquid. It does not have a guide color in it, so when you put it on your skin, it is clear, and it's a mist, so you can just mist it on. Preferably, I like to put it on a mitt, because I feel like with, oh my gosh, I feel like with tanners like these, when you just spray them on, it kind of goes everywhere. I just like to put the product onto a mitt. Say I was applying this one, I would just spray it onto my mitt a lot of times. I mean, I don't even know how many, just so it's like really saturated. And then I just spread it all over really quick. This one's easy because there's no guide color, so it can be a little bit hard to tell if you're getting it evenly, but usually I feel like this one's like a foolproof. Like, I've applied it and it's never really gotten streaky. So I just spray a lot of it on, spread it over the body. I start with my legs, go to my stomach. I do my back myself, honestly. I just like put it on my back. You can even flip the mitt around onto the back of your hand to get your back. I usually leave this on for 4 hours, sometimes more. This is called Super Dark. Do I think it's super dark? Definitely not. On me, honestly, it's like a medium tan. It does have a little bit more warmth to it to one of the other ones I'm going to mention, but it does have a really natural color. It's not orange really, it just is on that warmer side of a self-tan. Organic, vegan, just really great ingredients if you're looking for that. They also have a couple of their like styles of self-tanner if you're interested, but I really like Eco Tan. I think they're a great brand. This one's really effective. It's the one I have on right now. Obviously, I still look very white because it hasn't fully developed. This is a great option if you don't want anything that's going to stain your clothes or come off. It's super easy. Also, none of these have like a really bad smell. I can't stand that. So these recommendations all just like, they smell, I mean, they smell a little bit like tanner, but they're not gonna like reek on you throughout the day, if that makes any sense. It's a great option. I would also recommend this if you're like a beginner in tanning, because it's just really easy to get right. Next one is the one I wear the most often. This is the Loving Tan 2 Hour Express Deluxe Bronzing Mousse. So if you guys are sort of comparing like natural tanners to conventional tanners like this one, they'll have the same active ingredient, which is DHA. It's what makes you tan and gives you that color. So usually there's not a huge difference between them. The only difference is the added ingredients, but for me personally, I feel like Lux Tan has good ingredients. They are cruelty-free as well, which is great. I mean, like, it has DHA, witch hazel, it does have phenexyethanol. So Ecotan does not have the phenexyethanol, but it does have a citrus oil, so say you're allergic to citrus oil, this one doesn't have it, but if you prefer no phenexyethanol, Ecotan doesn't have it. So the Lux Tan 2-Hour Express, I used the dark shade. I've also used medium before. This is like a totally different style of tanner. It is a foam and it also has a color guide in it, which means when you pump it onto your skin, it's going to give you an immediate darkness so you know where you're applying it and getting it smoothly. The trick with this one is to apply it as quickly as possible. I feel like this is also another tan. It's really easy to get right. This has never ever gotten streaky on me. Like, this is my favorite tan. I know a lot of people talk about this, but I think it's for a reason because it literally has the most natural color I've ever like put on my body. It's more of like an olivey tone, so it never looks orange. In the dark, even though I have very fair skin, I feel like it isn't super dark. They do have an extra dark one if you want something even darker, but this one I feel like for me is perfect. I also prefer the 2-Hour Express over the overnight one. I've tried both. This one is just really nice because this one smells a little bit more and it does leave that darkness on you, so you only have to wear it for 2 hours and then you rinse it off. And then when you rinse it off, that's still not your final color. Like all tanners, it will continue to develop. This one is just my absolute favorite. It's so expensive. I wish I could find a cheaper one that works as well as this one, but I do get a lot of applications out of this bottle and I definitely recommend this one. They do have different shades. I believe they have a light, medium, dark, and super dark. For me, dark is perfect. This is the one you see me wearing in like all of my videos. It's the one I just like go to if I want something that I know it's gonna look really good. Like this just, like I said, never gets streaky. It's kind of amazing how good it looks. So that was my second tanner recommendation. Last tanner I want to talk about is very similar to the Ecotan formula. This is the Lux Tan Water. Very similar, clear formula. It does have a spray on it as well. These are great if you just don't like having that like foam texture. I feel like they're like a spray is really easy. You can also use this on your face, but Lux also makes tan drops for your body and your face. I recommend those as well. I just don't have them in here at the moment, but those are nice because you can customize the amount of color. This is a pretty light tan. It does again have a little bit more warmth than the Lux Tan one. It does give you a really good amount of color though. Again, one that's really easy to get right. I don't find it ever gets streaky, and because it is clear, you're not going to have any like residue on your skin. I apply this the same exact way I apply the Ecotan one. I like to use a mitt with it personally because if you don't, it kind of goes everywhere. I do spray it on sort of like my chest because, you know, if it's close enough, it doesn't really go everywhere. But in terms of like your legs and stuff, I definitely just like using a mitt with it. This one's a little bit longer. It's 4 to 6 hours and then you rinse it off. This one does have like a pretty strong fragrance in it. It's like a raspberry type of scent. If you're sensitive to scents, you might not prefer this one, but I don't feel like it lingers too much. And again, it doesn't smell too much like Seltan, which is a really nice feature of this one. I rotate between the two depending on what I'm looking for. I just did the Ecotan one because I didn't want something super dark. I kind of just scrubbed off all of my tan and wanted to keep it a little bit lighter, probably for this week. Sometimes I change it up and go darker, usually in like the spring and summer. I really like to use the Lux Tan. In terms of face tan, I have 2 products I want to talk about. First is another one from Ecotan. This is their face tan water. This you just apply with like your hands or a cotton round. Just make sure you wash your hands. This is very, very light. Honestly, with me, like as often I exfoliate, I don't usually tan my face just because it wears off so quickly. This is a really nice one though. It's gentle on the skin. I feel like it doesn't give a ton of color, so if you're looking for that, I have used the Lux Tan on my face before, and I don't get any irritation from that, surprisingly, having sensitive skin. I feel like it just looks really good, especially since you only leave it on for the 2 hours, but this I recommend for the face if you want something a little bit lighter and more gradual. And then another great gradual face tan is the Kula, the face serum. I don't have that one on hand again, but that is one I really enjoy and use a lot. I also wanted to mention how I do my hands and feet. I don't put any tanner on my hands. I do my whole body first. I wash my hands and then I take the tiniest amount. If I'm using the Lux Tan, I literally put the tiniest amount onto the mitt and then I start it sort of down here so it's not directly on my hand. start it down here and then sort of rub the excess onto here. I don't really do my fingers. I feel like they never ever come out well. I just do this and maybe lightly over my fingers. Same technique with all the other tanners, and I also do that on my feet and elbows, is I just avoid that area until I have like excess product, and then I just run it over so it's a little bit lighter than the rest of the parts of my body. Alright, so my camera battery is about to die. I'm not sure if I'm going to make the organization a separate video. If it is going to be, thank you guys so much for watching this self-tan routine and tips video. Give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss my next video, which again, it might be that organization video. I had really fun shooting in a different location today, and give this video a thumbs up and comment below if you like changing it up, doing new locations, more of like a vlog style video. Definitely let me know below. But thanks again. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.